Hi guys, Jess here, and I am continuing on today with the 4 steps of finding your why. Okay, yesterday I went through the 4 steps, um, again reflecting on Simon Sinek's teaching of finding your why as either a company or a human being to kind of make it the focus of your marketing campaigns, which is a very powerful tool because it delves deep into your limbic brain, which is the part of the brain that actually makes people move and take action on different various things. So yesterday we went through why, your kind of why and work, that connected element there. That was step one. So step two is pretty heavy, I'm not gonna lie. It's just reading the questions there and they are, yeah, they're full on. But it's understanding your beliefs. So this is getting very personal to individuals or to companies. But I mean, when I say make the differentiation between the two, companies are people as well. I mean, business to business, customer to customer, it's all irrelevant. We're all human to human. We're people and we're communicating together. Yes, this gets a bit heavy. So in step two, understanding your beliefs, there are 5 different questions. Okay, so I'm going to go through each one of them with a kind of a vague, maybe description to kind of get you thinking along the lines of what these questions can actually reveal for yourself. So, question number one, we're getting straight into it. What topics do you find yourself continuously arguing or defending with others? And more importantly, what belief does your stance represent? Okay, so this seems like a pretty heavy question. Like, what do you find yourself in conflict with others trying to defend that you have a belief about that others just don't quite get? And you're trying to explain your stance, and then what does that stance mean to you? Okay, in my own personal opinion, my dad would be pretty old school, and I'm going to mention the C word, church. Me and dad kind of have a banter about why priests should be male and not married, and I find myself arguing with him. Not that I have any great desire or need to be part of the church, but saying that women should be given the option to becoming priests and that they should be married. It would probably give a better representation to, the people that they are spiritual leaders for. Right, so that's my argument. He has different arguments saying that no, it would wreck the nature of, or whatever stance. I don't know his argument. I'm not going to start getting down that road. But anyway, the more important parts, that's the belief. Right, that's fine. But what does that say? What does my stance on that represent? So, thinking about that, it beliefs that, like, I really want to see more equality, or more compassion, or more kind of understanding of someone's, empathy. I think all those kind of come into play when I'm thinking about why I want, equal kind of opportunity for women in that stance, and also for men who are in there, to give them the opportunity of having family life, to make them more connected with their human self in order to best serve a wider community. So it's a lot. My stance would be on about, I suppose, empathy and equality and that kind of thing. So think about it for yourself, and what your company maybe is trying to get out there into the wider public, and what stance that argument would have about yourself, where that stance actually represents for you. Okay, moving on. Number two, and I don't need to give you any examples for this because it's so prevalent. What makes you most angry about the state of the world? Like I say, there are infinite examples happening at the moment, whether it be political, environmental, anything like that. Kids today, you can go down any road there, but it is about pinpointing. Again, this is about kind of unearthing beliefs within yourself about what makes you most angry. It's not to list off everything that pisses you off. It's actually say which ones really hurt and which ones do you really think are going to have the most detrimental impact on the world and the future of anyone. Which leads nicely on to question number 3. What are you most afraid for the next generation? Okay, and this regardless of whether you have kids or not, just how you're observing the world today. What is the most worrying thing for you about the next generation? Now, it's easy for me because I have a 7-year-old daughter, and the thing that I fear most is that, I suppose, the fact that, you know, we're coming online and we're doing so much stuff online, which is fantastic, but I think it's going to make people very lonely. I think people can kind of get very disconnected with each other because they're not connecting face to face anymore. They're more so connecting on an online platform. So I think a lot of social skills that maybe the next generation would probably miss out on, because they'd be too afraid to engage face to face with people, because the common practice now is to do it all online. So that would be kind of a fear for me. But again, yours could be much different to that. And it's really about just opening up and discovering what you find very worrying for the next generation. Kind of bringing it up a bit more positive. What makes you happiest in life and what excites you? So again, this is really boiling down to, it doesn't have to be work related. It could be about different events or different times in your life that excited you in the past, and that you can bring that forward. So if that happened again, or if something like that you know, was coming up, or was about to, you know, go on holidays, traveling, you know, hobbies that you may have, you know, it's as I say, it's a very personal question. So kind of unearthing what makes you the happiest in your life and what excites you, you know. And I know you can get vague on that. Like when I first looked at what excites you, mine was like the end is possible. Like life is very exciting because you don't know what's happening from one day to the next, but that's too vague. It'd be better to kind of crank down on what really excites you in life, and you know, get more specific with your answers. Which brings you on to the last question on this very difficult, I must say, step of understanding your beliefs. And that is, what is your belief of how the world should be? Okay, so you can, again, picture yourself with a magic wand. And I suppose doing all the questions beforehand will really open up your eyes as to what bugs you. Because usually it's easier to identify what bugs you as opposed to starting off with all the positive stuff. So from there, hopefully you can paint a really good picture of, you know, how your ideal world would look like, and, you know, for the benefit of other people and for the benefit of your family and those you love and yourself ultimately. So guys, yeah, that is step number 2, understanding your beliefs. That is a tricky step. I'm not going to lie, that they are some pretty heavy questions about getting to the crux of what it is you believe. And I mean, they don't pull any punches. They're really digging in there. Tomorrow I'm going to go and talk about the 3rd step, and that will be interesting, about merging your beliefs with your work and seeing how from there you are starting to paint a very clear picture of what it is you're about and what it is you're doing. And because it's Friday tomorrow, I can't believe it, I'll be talking through step number 4, which is how to take action on this and how to compose it into a good, clear message that you can use for any marketing going down in the future. So guys, I better leave you with that. It's a long video, but hopefully you get some benefit out of it. Tomorrow I'm actually going to just put all of this together in a big package and give it out, because I think it's a nice wee exercise to do, and even to get your employees to do or anything like that. So yeah, better go. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.